Hello, I'm Joseph-von-Fraunhofer-Str, Head of R&D here at Pfinztal, and today I would like to teach you a little bit how to actually use the trackbox on race day. So if you plan to use the trackbox, there are two options. You can either buy the trackbox or rent the trackbox. Actually, if you choose to buy the trackbox, there are some steps of preparation needed. Obviously, the first thing that you need to do is to insert a SIM card. And once you've put the SIM card into the box, you need to configure the SIM card. You do that with the tag tool, which is a Windows software you can download from our website. For configuration of the SIM card, the box obviously can't be online yet, and that's why that process is an offline process using the Windows software and a management box. The management box gives you access to the configuration of your track boxes. So once you got the APN configuration set, you also need to set the customer ID of the track box. This is the most important step. Once you've got the customer ID right, everything else can be managed online in our timing module. But if the customer ID is not set correctly, the box will never appear in your timing module. So all of this is not needed if you rent the boxes. If you rent the boxes, the customer ID will already be preset to the customer ID you used to order the boxes. So actually there's nothing to be done because SIM cards are already in there and the configuration of the SIM cards is already done for you. The next step before race day is to charge the boxes. To charge the boxes, you can stack them like that. You can also put them into the case where we ship them, and you attach the charging adapter to the upper box, and you watch the LEDs closely and you will see them shine up in a dim red or green. The dim meaning it's powered, it's receiving power through the stack, and red meaning battery is still charging, and green meaning battery is full. This typically takes about 5 hours. You can stack up to 10 boxes with one charger, and you should be watching for them all to be green. Then all batteries are full. There's one important thing. Make sure that if you disconnect the power, that you still have to turn the boxes off. They will still be on, and you can turn them off easily in a stack like this by just turning off the upper one here, because this box will then tell all other boxes to shut down. So you only need to press one button as long as the boxes are stacked together. It's important not to forget this step after charging, because otherwise they will be running and they will drain the battery, and maybe you will get to your events with batteries empty. So on race day, how does it work? Actually, if your boxes are charged, SIM card configuration and customer configuration is correct, you don't need to do anything else with the track boxes. You can hand them out to your helpers to scatter them around the track. This typically can be done on the night before the event, where it's easy to access the road and just go there by car and just scatter them along the track. On race day, there's one very important thing. You need to activate the tracking feature on the transponders with the management box. Remember, the transponder needs to be sending out its track ping once per second, and therefore it needs to be enabled to be in tracking mode by a management box. This can be done in two different ways. Actually, it depends on how your race is organized. If you want to do this by just swiping the transponders with a box like this, or if you want to put a loop on the ground with a management box where when participants cross over it, the activation of the tracking is done. both is possible. It depends how long before the start of the event you can get a hold of your transponders. Once you activated them, they will be active for 3 hours. If they see a track box within 3 hours, this time will be lengthened to another 3 hours. So it's always activated 3 hours from activation or the last track box it saw. So if you hand out the transponders before race day or even a week before that, you must enable the track ping feature by putting a loop on the ground with the management box. If you hand out the transponders right before the start of your race, you can also just enable the tracking feature on the transponders by swiping over a tray. So there's one more thing which is extremely important to get a successful tracking event. For tracking, you need to select a channel. So when you set up your management box to activate tracking, you have to select a channel for tracking for that day. And this channel has to be set to a channel different to the channel you are using for timekeeping. You should not use the same channel for timekeeping and tracking. Again, you should not use the same channel for tracking and timekeeping. So, set your management box to a channel different from your timing channel. Activate your transponders either by swiping over a tray right before the start or setting a loop on the ground to activate the transponders while they're passing over it. Then you need to make sure that the track boxes know on which channel you are doing tracking on that day. Actually, this is done with the timing module in our web front end. The track boxes will talk to our servers constantly, submitting their newest status at least every 5 minutes. And whenever that is done, a new channel can be told to the track boxes. Okay, so if you configure the channel in the timing module, the track boxes will be configured to a new channel within at most 5 minutes. So it is possible to adjust the channel during your event. Obviously, it is recommended to set the channel before your event. Make sure you have a plan on which channel you want to do tracking on that race day. Set your track boxes to that channel before race day. Set your management box to that channel before race day, and nothing can go wrong. It's an important detail because at the end you need to make sure that the track boxes really receive the track pings from the transponder and that they are on the same channel. Once the transponder has been activated by the management box, there's no way to change that anymore because the transponder is out in the field on the track somewhere, transmitting its track pings on the channel it was set to when it was activated with the management box. There's one way to check this. Actually, if you activate the tracking on a transponder, I'll just do this here, and you have a track box in reach on the channel you're working on. I'm on channel 1 here now. So I'm activating tracking here now. You will see that the blinking pattern here has changed. So actually what's happening now is that you see 3 little blinks. Those 3 little blinks indicate that the box is receiving track pings. They can either be red if there is no GPS or no network, or they will be green if everything is okay, but the 3 short blinks indicate that the track box is receiving track pings from a transponder in reach. So that's all you need to know for race day operation of track boxes. I hope this helps and see you next time.